guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing, etc, etc. I was originally going to record my Good Omens review today, but I had my first class for the English class I'm taking this semester, and we have like a pretty cool reading list, so I'm instead doing a June TBR. Ignore the fact that it is like halfway through June already. Yeah, let's get into it. The first book that I will be reading is The Odyssey by Homer. I mean, you've probably heard of it. It's pretty famous. It's the story of this guy called Homer who goes on this epic kind of quest, ancient Greece. It's fun. The translation that we'll be reading in class is the Emily Wilson translation. It's the first major translation done by a woman of the Odyssey, so it's pretty significant that way, and the class is focused on kind of gender in literature, so it's like seeing the woman's perspective after like centuries of seeing like men translate. So that's pretty cool. For class, we are not going to be reading the whole book, but I am going to read the whole book because, Greece and gay, because Greece. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one that I will be reading is Twelfth Night by Shakespeare. You've probably heard of it again. It's one of his comedies. I don't know that much about it. I looked it up online, and it's about these two twins who are like in a shipwreck or something, and then they get separated, and it's like the story of that. So that will be fun. And again, it's we're going to like read it through the kind of gender lens, because that's the class, as I said before. So yeah, I've been meaning to get around to reading more Shakespeare plays, because I like what I've read like 2 or maybe 3, I don't remember, different 3 different Shakespeare plays. I've read Romeo and Juliet, obviously, because we all do that in class, and then I've done Macbeth, and I've done The Tempest, but I've for like several years now been like, I should read more Shakespeare, but I just haven't got around to it. So I'm kind of excited that I'll get to do this for class, and then yeah, that's fun. The next one that I will be reading is this book, The Buddha of Suburbia by Hanif Qureshi. I know what words are. That's what I'm taking in English class. He's a British Pakistani author, and this story is about an half Indian guy living in like the British suburbs, I don't know where specifically, and he has, in London, I just checked the back cover, I'm very smart. So he's a teenager, and he's like having a good time. He wants to do like teenager things, like, I don't know, getting drunk and having sex, because I guess that's what teenagers really care about. And his father ends up becoming like the Buddha of Suburbia, which is like the title of the book, and it's kind of like the story about that, and how it like affects his life and how he navigates through that situation. So yeah, I've never really heard of this author before or this book, but I'm actually really excited for it. Especially because like Indians! I'm Indian. I don't think I've mentioned it before on this channel, but I'm Indian. So anything that's Indian, I'm like, yes, Indians. Yes, thank you. The next one I will be reading is this book, Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. I know how to say things. So this is an autobiographical novel. It's about the story of Jeanette Wilson, like as a teenager, living in the suburbs and like the north of England, and living in a very conservative area, and coming out as well, I don't actually know what she came out as, but she's coming out because gay, and it's kind of like how that like impacted her life and stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited for it, especially because it's also Pride Month, and I was just thinking yesterday, like, damn, it's Pride Month, and my bisexual ass doesn't have any goddamn like Pride books to read. Like, I need at least one like LGBT plus book to read. Like, at least something. I need to be like, yes, there is gay happening in my life. So I'm glad that we're doing this book in class, because now I don't have to be like, oh shit, I wanted to read a book about some gays, and I never got around to reading any books about gays during Pride Month. The next book that I will be reading in June, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish it because I'm already like halfway through it, is this book Dragon Pearl by Yoon Ha Lee. I really hope I'm pronouncing it right. She is a Korean author, and the book is like a futuristic sci-fi situation about this girl called Mean, who is a fox spirit. So she has some like powers. She can like shapeshift, and she has a single charm that like makes it really easy for her to convince people. And her brother ends up, these are all like first chapter things, by the way, her brother like ends up going missing, and she basically like is going to look for him, and she thinks that he's gone looking for this thing called the Dragon Pearl, which is a very powerful like magical object that's been missing for centuries. Like, a lot of people think it's not real and it's a myth, and it can like terraform planets like very, very quickly. So she's like, she leaves her planet and she like goes looking for her brother, because her brother is like gone. Yeah. So there's that. I also read another book this month, which is Good Omens, but I'll talk about that in my June wrap up, which is going to be like a few days later than I necessarily want it to be, because I am, I'm doing this English class and we have like papers and exams and stuff, and because it's the summer, it's only like a month-long class, so it's like a lot of work really quickly. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing all that stuff, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I remember to say that now because I am a professional, and I'm still recording on my phone, so it's all great. I don't have a tripod yet. I'm looking for one because I think I should really have one at this point. But that's not the topic of today's video, so thank you for coming. Bye.